Good morning and happy Monday. We are on the couch and we are freezing. We have had no oil to heat up the house or the hot water since Saturday morning. Luckily it's being delivered today. It's just run out and we didn't think of checking recently and it ran out, and typically it ran out on a Saturday morning. So we got an emergency delivery which was meant to be on Tuesday or before that, and I put a little note saying please come quickly, and typically it had to be the weekend where it's snowing and there's hail and it's freezing that it happened. So we've been using the fireplace a lot. It's been going most of the weekend. It's off now, but I'm gonna get James when he comes down to put the fire on again, because I don't know when in the day it's coming. And we have an electric radiator that I usually use in the office because it's colder, and we've been rotating it between the rooms. This weekend I also painted our downstairs toilets, and we went to the cinema to see the Lego Movie 2. What did you think of the Lego Movie 2?
It was absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing.
And I got a haircut. Well, it doesn't look right there because we need to do his hair properly, because it's a bit like, we call it TNT hair when he wakes up in the morning, because it kind of goes in all directions. But then my own hairstyle is not very, I mean, it's like that. I've slept like this. So yeah, what else happened? Nothing else happened this weekend, I think. I can't remember. So the boys are away to school. James is away to the GP. He has blood test, and he needs to get hormone injections since his surgery. So he has hormone injection every 3 months. So he's going to do that. And the sun is shining, so I'm warming up. I have the fire going as well because it's freezing in the house. I cannot wait for the oil to arrive. I'm really hoping it comes like now. So then I have enough time to heat up the water and get a long, nice, warm shower and wash my hair. Although it might take a while for the hot water tank to heat up after it's been off for a while. What was I going to say? I was very grateful because we still had some hot water. I always complain about the shower in the ensuite because it's literally like a trickle of water coming out of it. But I have to say, when we had no hot water anywhere and I had the option between that or getting a cold shower or having to sort something out with the kettle, I was very, very glad we had access to this. So I couldn't wash my hair in it though. But I had washed my hair on Saturday morning before the oil ran out, so that wasn't too bad. Yes, I'm expecting a big next delivery as well, which I will show you whenever it arrives. I didn't plan on ordering this week. I was planning to wait until later on in the month, maybe next week or the week after, probably next week. But we had to order quicker because Owen got dressed on Saturday morning and he came down, and his trousers, between the trousers and his ankle, there was a bit of a gap like this. I don't know how this happened. I don't know when it happened. It just grows so much at the moment, which is ridiculous. So I've ordered more for Alfie than I did for Owen because, well, you know what? I'll explain to you as I show you the stuff. It will make more sense. So yeah, I'm gonna clean my windows because the sun is shining and they look absolutely vile. My child is disgusting. I have to believe, I can't believe every time this happens. I mean, this is only 2 weeks worth, so it's not, you know. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to do that because right now it's driving me nuts. What else? I'm trying to think. I have a massive pile of laundry to fold, so I am going to bring everything on the couch. I don't want to go out of this room because it has the fire going, and the other rooms, the rest of the house is absolutely freezing. It's between 10 and 15 degrees in the house at the moment, and this is cold for us. Usually I have the thermostat at 20. Now it's usually more about 18, 19 really, but this is just cold. Like this morning it was 12 degrees in the kitchen, and I can't do this anymore. I am very grateful for my fleece jumpers I bought for my camping trip. They're coming in very handy. The boys have been wearing so many layers as well, and we've literally been wrapped in blankets And yesterday the cinema worked out well because then we were in a heated place in the meantime. I mean, we did heat up the rooms and all, so I mean everybody is fine and all that. No, it's not that bad, but yeah, it's just because the weather was so cold. It's been like that. This week is the week of the big appointment with the educational psychologist. I'm actually feeling not too stressed right now. This is more than likely going to change, or it will not, and then it will hit me after it. I don't know. I probably will be a mess though on that morning. I'm expecting to spend my entire morning in the toilets because of stress. And then I will take medication to control my belly. I don't know. There's something in me that tells me that it's going to work out one way or another down the line, whatever we have to do. I'm just hoping that whatever we have to do on the way is not so tough that it's mentally damaging, because sometimes, I mean, so far everything we had to go through the last few years, it all ended up working out, but the damage on the way was something else to deal with. So we're now getting to the point where things are settling again. We're getting a little break, and I'm just hoping that we can actually get a break and we don't have to do another appeal for something or anything like this. If we can avoid having to go to a tribunal over this school situation, it will be great. So I'll keep you updated, of course. But yeah, for now I'm going to clean those windows first, because every time I turn around and I see them, it just annoys me. And then I will fold all my laundry, because there's so much. Started sorting out the underwear too. The windows are better, but there are marks on it. I need to get a vinegar spray. The one I have is the Method one. It's good, but it's more like a daily use thing. It's not a heavy duty one, and it's something a bit stronger. It's 5 to 10 and the oil truck is currently delivering the oil. I'm so happy right now. So it means, yeah, if I put it on to heat up, I should actually be able to get a shower before I pick Alfie up, if it heats up as quickly as I think it will, which I'm thinking about 40 minutes maybe, because it has been cold for a while. Cross your fingers, everybody. I'm getting there with the folding piles, and I'm catching up on the last episode of Grey's Anatomy at the same time. Yes, there's going to be heat in the house very soon. I am so happy. So I've don't have enough time to get a shower before I go and pick up Alfie. I have to go in about 40 minutes, but it's still not hot enough to wash my hair. I have just received a gigantic order from Next. Okay, so a little Next haul for you. So this is underwear for James and I. Then I got, so I love colorful socks, but every time I wear socks that can be seen like with leggings, I want them to be black. So I found these that have the sole of the foot is colorful, but the rest is black. So when you're wearing them with shoes, you cannot see the colorful bit. And I thought this is a brilliant idea. It has rainbows, very bright. I like it. So that's that. I am going to start with Owen because it's quicker. So for both the boys, I got pajamas. I let Owen pick his, so there's one like stripy, colorful one grey one that has animals, one green one that has animals, and then the stripy. Then, so Owen will be getting more clothes later on. It's more like an emergency thing. So, don't know if you remember when they had the Ramp Up the Red Day, I had got them each plain red t-shirt. So I got Owen 2 more, so there's that green one, and I got a blue one too, because he's obsessed with blue. I only got 3 t-shirts, so he has 3 short sleeve t-shirts for now, but because he wears his uniform all week, and then he has dance class, he doesn't wear normal clothes much, and he will wear them more in the summertime, but he won't need that many until then. So I'm going to wait to buy more until it's the season where he actually wears them every day, like when there's no school and stuff, just in case he grows more, because he's been growing a lot lately, and I just want to be sure I don't end up with clothes that are being worn, like barely worn, having to be passed down. So then I got him this hoodie. He has another one, but it's always better to have 2. It's a really nice color. It's like a teal, slightly more green, but it's really nice, and I thought it would go well with, because he's obsessed with wearing only blue. That's pretty great. And then those jeans. So for Owen I have to go with skinny jeans because otherwise they are too big. that might be a little bit wide to start. They definitely won't look skinny on him straight away because he needs the length. But yeah, and the super skinny, sometimes they end up looking too tight, so I think skinny fit for him is good. And some of them come with tiering, so he got 2 with the last pairs. Oh, there's a dinosaur on it. So this is one, I really like that color actually. And then a pair of darker ones. Now I hope he likes them because they are a bit stiffer. That one is very funny with stiffer materials, but they're still nice. So yeah, Owen is all sticking to the same colors. Then Alfie basically needs an entire new wardrobe. Alfie needs more clothes during the week because he only wears his uniform for a couple of hours in the morning, and then he needs clothes for after. So we just went through the whole thing. So the first thing I'm going to show you, quite boring to watch because he has had those in the previous size, 2 sizes, so he's currently wearing them still, but they're getting a bit tight. So this is the pack of 3 tracksuit bottoms, 1 navy, 1 grey and 1 black. He's had them, yeah, the last 2 sizes. Those are very handy, they are very sturdy, they get a lot of abuse but they still look good. So this is that. And then I got him 2 pairs of jeans. So the colors have changed slightly, but it's the same jeans he's always had. They're not actually jeans, they are like jogger jeans. The material is very soft and they just pull on. So I got a darker one and I got a lighter one. He has them at the moment, but the colors have changed slightly. So they just don't feel like jeans, they feel like tracksuit bottoms, but they look like jeans, and they don't do them from the next size up. I had to take 6 to 7. Everything is going to be slightly too big on him for now, but everything else is getting tight, so I figured even if it looks a little bit big at the start, it's okay. So trousers is exactly, this is the 5 pairs of trousers he owns at the moment in the same size again, and it was the same the previous size down, it was that. So then we got t-shirts. So I got 6 for Alfie because he wears his more t-shirts in the week, and he wears them, he just makes them dirty quicker. So I got everything. You're going to see a running theme there, which is very Alfie. So this one with loads of trucks. Then this one he is going to love because, so there is an excavator or digger. He calls it an excavator when it has a big thing like this. But then when you open this, you can see the engine, and Alfie is obsessed with engines, like car parts and things like this. So this is gonna love this, that you can do this. And then these I am in love with. I have to say, I am so glad about Next finally doing a lot more colorful stuff for boys. I used to have to shop from the Little Bird range to get stuff with rainbows and stuff like that, and I'm so glad. I wish they did the same for older boys, because they don't, and they stop at 6 to 7 years old. And Owen would love stuff like that, but he can't. He has to wear the boring big boy stuff. So it's a pack of 3 t-shirts. This one I love. So it says blast off. This is kind of like a velvety material, and this is a puffy leather thing. I hope this is going to wash well. I wonder, can you tumble dry this? Yes, you can. So hopefully, yeah. Then there's this. It has Alfie Cole stripy top, rainbow tops. The material is so soft as well, so that's really nice. It has a little star embroidered. And then this is so cute, and it has loads of different vehicles. Again, that collection I absolutely love in Next at the moment. Then we got this hoodie. I actually got Alfie to pick the tops and hoodie on the website. So it really reminds me of the Little Bird range from Mothercare, but at a better price and with better sizing, because Little Bird range sometimes the sizing can be really off. So one of the hoodies, and then a tiger hoodie, which is super cute. It has a tiger top which has been worn to death and getting too small, and I am hoping I can get rid of it and replace it with this for now. And then I got him the last, this is actually perfect for him because it's green. It has a kind of digger with a rainbow, and he loves rainbow too. So these, once again, really soft. And then also got Alfie a pack of pajamas, and it's like a stripy one with a big digger and green digger trousers, and the other one is grey with loads of different vehicles. So looking forward to show him everything. And then So you know the way Alfie always wears backpacks for like comfort and all, and he loves vehicles. Look at this backpack. This is such an Alfie backpack. I'm so glad I found this. I showed him a picture and he said, I like this. That's how he says it. I like this. So I got him a new backpack. The idea behind this is that we have currently bought the same backpack several times in a row when it needed replaced, because it was attached to that very specific backpack. And I want to try and get him to, I have no issue with him wearing the backpack. I think it's a very handy thing because it still has his hands free. It can go outside. It's an easy one basically to have. Sometimes it gets in the way, but it could be worse, you know, it could be something that he has to carry himself and all. But I would like to try and get him used to switch the backpacks around to see if that's possible, to see if he would still get the comfort from it. And I thought this would be a good way to start it with something that really appeals to him. So on camera, on picture, he was so happy about it. And now I'm about to go and pick him up in school and we'll see the reaction. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Today is a day that is very important and makes me very nervous. Today is the first day Alfie is going to trial lunches at school. So he's going to stay half an hour extra and he's going to have lunch there. If that goes well, there will be more progress happening after. This had been kind of forced on the school by the educational psychologist. It has been forced onto them in a way that I don't really agree with, and under conditions I don't really agree with. But luckily the school had a big meeting yesterday to discuss the options, and they have decided that if the lunches go well, they will be funding an assistant, another one, because his assistant is working with other children after she's finished with him, for the afternoon session, to see if they can increase in time gradually to full-time. What they were asked to do is to just take him full-time for lunches with no assistant for the rest of the day, which they have, I'm glad to say, disagreed to do in that way. I have filmed this clip many times and I got carried away complaining about the system and all that, because I'm feeling completely overwhelmed with thoughts of anger, frustration, sadness, more anger and a lot of anger on the system. But really it was all gibberish, so I decided I'm going to keep it like this and I will update you as things go along with my thoughts. Right now I'm very angry of the system. I'm very happy that Alfie can try and stay longer. I'm really hoping it's going to go well. He was so proud this morning to go down with his little lunchbox that he's been saving since September, desperately hoping to someday going to school with it, like Owen. For now, while I wait for the Tesco delivery, I am going to do what I do in times when I feel very overwhelmed. I am not a very religious person. I don't really, well, I don't like religion. I don't like to be told how I should believe in things. I like to believe in what I believe in, but I don't like the rules of you have to do this and this and this to prove you are a true believer. I don't believe in that. I just believe in whatever I want. I pick things from every religion I like, and from things that are not religion either. There's a big part of me that is all into not astrology directly, but kind of I believe the moon has a massive impact on us, basically. And you're probably going to think I'm completely mental if it's not your thing, but this is something I find very interesting. And in times like right now when I'm feeling very stressed, I do like to take this as a way to de-stress. It doesn't do any harm. It's not something I talk about with very many people, but what I like to do is these kind of things. I have the book called Moonology over here. I do refer to it a lot because I know for sure, even without looking at this, that the moon has a massive impact on me, like, and on the children. And if you ask anybody working in hospitals and like old people's homes and things like this, or in schools, I'm sure they would tell you that when the full moon comes, you can see a massive change in people. So I'm convinced that the moon has an impact on people. Now, I don't treat this as a religion or anything, but you know what, in desperate times, what I like to do is, so this is a deck of cards, and I just pick a card for the day, whichever one I feel attracted to, and I turn it around and look at the meaning, and this is kind of my little message for the day. And it's probably not very true, I don't know, but it gives me something to focus on so my mind doesn't go into overdrive. And right now the card that really appeals to me is this one, which is the new moon in Leo. And we are going to see, then you have a little book and it tells you what the meaning and the main message is: make time to have fun. And the additional meaning for this card is time to show the world what you've got. Shine your light, have some pride, spoil yourself, you've earned it. You've turned someone's head. Brilliant. Okay. This card heralds the start of a new cycle for you, when you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit. That means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you're asking about a creative project you're working on. Alternatively, it can herald good news or a new start for your children. This is not me making it up. A new start for your children. So, given it's the day Alfie extends his hours in school, I will see that meaning in it. And to know what, it might be a completely kind of placebo kind of thing and all that. It doesn't matter, because right now it made me feel happier that this card told me that. So this is what I do in desperate times. Yesterday I even did a full thing where you get 10 cards, and it was very strangely accurate too. I know their stuff are very vague, a bit like horoscopes, so you can kind of put any meaning you want into it. But you know what, it made me feel better, so yeah. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go and empty the stuff from my fridge that I need to get out before the new shopping comes in. And then I am going to work on orders, because I have orders to make. Funny, the week that I have the like a busiest week I've had in ages, this is when I get loads of orders. Typically I can still make them at the weekend, you know, it's not a problem, but I'm thinking if I get them out of the way, I don't have this in my head constantly: don't forget to make your orders, don't forget to make your orders. So since Alfie's staying an extra half hour, I will get stuck in and make orders after, while I watch something silly on my tablet. For now though, I'm gonna have some breakfast as well, because I haven't had any. It's 10 o'clock and I am starving. And the good news, I have lost another kilo this week. So I'm down 3 kilos so far since I started my exercise routine thing, which is just over a month ago. So I'm very, very pleased with those results, especially given that this week I actually had McDonald's one day and I had some chocolate on a desperate day where I went and raided my Christmas chocolate leftovers, because yes, it is the middle of March, and yes, I do have leftover chocolate from Christmas, which is unheard of for me, but I do, because I didn't feel like eating it. But see, on that day where I found out about having to do that whole meeting and all that for Alfie, it was a desperate day. I'm an emotional eater. I'm fighting myself constantly with this, but some days it just happens. So I'm going to show you with a little measuring tape what I've lost. So in my arms so far, I've lost 3 centimeters. Doesn't look like a lot, but it's still quite a big, you know. In my bust, which is very surprising, I've only lost 1 centimeter. Usually whenever I diet, like every time I've lost weight before, I've always dieted only, not exercised. There I'm mainly exercising, not dieting. I wouldn't call dieting. I'm being careful about what I eat, but I'm not on pure diet. I still, like as I said, I still had chocolate and I still had McDonald's. Now they would be very occasional or in very desperate times, but you know, they did happen. So usually I lose all my boobs first and then I start losing the rest. This time maybe I'm building, because I'm doing mainly boxing, maybe I'm building up my pectoral muscles. I don't know. I don't mind if I can keep my boobs and lose everywhere else. Great, I would love that. Then in my waist I have lost 6 centimeters. This is how much, like, you know, that's quite a big amount really in a month and a bit. in my hips. That's also very surprising because usually I never lose from my hips. I've lost 3 centimeters. Never lose from my hips until much later on, and then 2 centimeters around each thigh, which is very good. I'm really happy, and I'm down now 3 kilos in total since I started, so it's just over a month ago. So I'm very pleased with the results. That game, the boxing thing I've got from this for the Switch, is really keeping me on track. I really like it. I'm now on a 20-day streak, I think, so 10 more days at least, but I just want to do it all of March, maybe longer after that, but I will have to break the streak on days where I go away. But yeah, I'm happy. So here are the toys now. Don't mind how disgusting the sink looks and all. I need to clean. So the wall, so as you can see, is brighter, and it has all the frames like before, and this little one there, this there, this guy, this, I love this. And then so here I got this little unit. So at the moment I still have down there the spare toilet rolls and cleaning products at the back. These are going to be moved to a unit that will go and sit down there to hide those pipes and have a bit more storage. And then I'll put a 3rd crate. So these are IKEA crates, and I've put washi tape in that color around just to match the red from the frames. We're also getting a small bin like this that is red too, and this is going because the boys are very messy with this, and it always ends up that the toilet paper is on the floor, and I hate it. So the idea would be that all the spare toilet will be hidden in that cabinet, and we only have the one on the wall, like the wooden one, sitting, you know, over here, in here. So this is my little cup. I wanted a red one or a green one, couldn't find any, so I went with that color. I thought it doesn't really matter because it's inside the crate. This is because I have throat infections all the time and I have to use it all the time. New thing I need to open. And then I have a moisturizer, a forehead stick for migraines, floss, a lip balm. This is a cream from France that I use for other things, but I use regularly. And this is like an essential oil roll-on for spots and stuff like that. There's my little organizer there, but at least it means that it's not bulky and it's all tidy. And a deodorant. And there we have, this bucket is everything hair related, so dry shampoo, brushes, and a few elastics. Here we have sanitary pads, tampons and stuff, and then this is going to go after. So I'm probably going to move the pads and all to the bottom shelf after, and just have a few more things there. But yes, this is it. I've left the same mirror over here. Oh, but you can actually see better if I show you in the mirror what it looks like with the wall. There we go. I do want more decorations on this wall after. Maybe some box shelves with some gnomes around it. I don't know yet. But this is my bathroom, and I'm much happier now it's done like this. So once the cabinet is in and the bin is changed and we don't have, I just think it's a nice saw, those toilet rolls there. So if it's just one, it will be better, and then the bin will be red matching the rest. So yeah, and then Alfie's little toilet, hopefully eventually will get used, or it will just go straight onto the toilet. So this is a visit, a little tour of my downstairs toilets for you. So we're back from school and Alfie is watching Peppa Pig. Alfie, what did you do in school today? What did you do in school?
A lunch box.
You had your lunch box?
Yeah.
Would you want to do it again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to eat your lunch in school?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to do also tomorrow? What are we going to do? You're going to go and play games with the lady first? Yes. And then we'll go to school?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can have your lunch again?
Yes.
Good. The lady is the speech therapist. So he was meant to, because he was still on the older time, it would have meant he was in school for just over half an hour. So we had decided with the teacher that it was going to be a bit much for him to do, like, just upset the routine for that little time. But since now he's staying longer, he's going to go to school after speech therapy. So speech therapy is at 9:45 until 10:15. So he should be in school about 10:45, and maybe a bit earlier if we make good time, and then he can stay for over an hour and still have his lunch. Because it went so well with the lunch today, we want to keep it consistent, which I think is the best option. The routine is going to be upset anyway because it's just going to be a different routine from the usual thing. So we may as well just set a new routine for Wednesdays, which is the one that suits everyone. And this way, hopefully it all goes well. Also, today, when we go to school, I told him he had to park his car backpack onto the hook. He kept it off all day. I told him that we can't drive cars in the classroom. Really, we can't. And he listened, and he just didn't. I could say at first he wasn't comfortable with it because he was going, you know, blinking a lot. He does that when he's not comfortable with something, but he's trying to control it. And then he went in, and his assistant said there's a few times where he was getting a bit like looking at it and talking about it a lot and all, not looking very comfortable. So she tried to distract distracting him with other things, and it worked. So she was very impressed. She gave me a big hug every time. I love this assistant because she celebrates his small victories as much as we do, and it's so nice to see. So everybody was very pleased, and the teacher said to me, so since they will have, now if this continues to go well, I know I'm aware it's only one day, I don't want to say we've won this fight yet, but at least we've won today, and that's already brilliant. Because it will be a new assistant in the afternoons, and somebody who doesn't know, the teacher said what she will do is that they do like little PlayStation, that sounds like the console. They have like little play areas, and they rotate between those areas in the afternoon. So it's more supervision than actual, you know, I know they do learn through it, but it's very play-based. So she said, the teacher said that she will focus on him more in the afternoons, while the assistant helps with the other kids, more than having the assistant taking care of him. This way, he still is with somebody he knows very well, and it's less upsetting for him, which I really, really appreciate. The school is really trying everything they can, and I feel very grateful for the school. I know I keep saying it, but there's so many things that are not going right in this whole process, but I do feel the need to say that there are a lot of people in there involved with him that are really trying their best to help with the resources they have and go above that, like the school finding extra money to get the assistant for him. So today is a very positive day. I'm feeling all my anxiety from this morning is gone, so that's good. I'm in the process of printing all my orders, so I'm going to continue that. Alfie's happy enough watching Peppa Pig. I think he's even more tired than usual. That extra half hour and having to cope with the meal there with other children is a lot for him, but he coped with it really well. But I think he's just going to need a little bit of time with no interaction and just zoning out in front of the TV. It's just necessity for him when he's had a lot of social interactions, let's say. So we'll let him zone out, keep an eye on him, and just print my orders and hopefully start cutting them too. I'm hoping to have them all finished by tonight. Today is my last day of the week that is quiet. From tomorrow it's going mental, so everything I can fit in today, like these things, I'll try and do that so I don't add to the stress of the rest of the week. Good morning and a happy Wednesday. It is currently 8:30. The boys are dressed, school bags and lunchboxes are ready. I'm about to get dressed. My belly has been going nuts this morning, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's not very convenient today because I'm on the road most of the day, but at the same time I'd rather it happens today than it happens tomorrow. This morning I am gonna bring Owen to school, then when I have to go to speech therapy for Alfie. On the way we go past the dump. My car is currently filled with rubbish to dump, and I haven't had a chance to go yet, so we're going to stop by the dump on the way, go to speech therapy, drive Alfie back to school, come home, go and get Alfie, come home, go and get Owen, come home, go to dance class, come home, and then tonight James and I are going to sit down and we are going to put together a list of all the things we want to make sure we don't forget to mention tomorrow for the meeting, because we've been in situations before where when we were at home and discussing it between ourselves, we just knew what we wanted to say and things like this, and then we go to a meeting and with nerves and all that we forgot half of the stuff. So we want to go there very prepared to make sure that everything we need to be on Alfie's statement. So just to give you a bit of information in case you don't know about the process. So Alfie currently has what is called an amended proposed statement. So the amended part is not always there. It's just because they forgot in the proposed statement they forgot the mention of autism, which is kind of the reason why we're doing this. But so they had to amend it, so it's now called an amended proposed statement. We have agreed to the content of it. This covers the care he needs for this school year. To know the one that's already 3/4 done, that one. So that, and then every year there is a review with the educational psychologist to decide what happens next year and if any changes need to be added or anything like that. So it's kind of a review of the statement every year to make sure the needs are still matching the needs of the child at that point. So even though we don't have a final statement yet, which we will have in the next month or so hopefully, we need to already do the review because it took so long that they just didn't get it done on time. But we know it's coming now, so they're doing the review anyway, so then we can keep going with next year's stuff. This year we've been told by everybody it's always taking a long time, and apparently this year is particularly bad. They are low in staff, they are low in resources and everything, so I guess this affects everything. So we are now going tomorrow to do the that meeting, and this is when, for this school year anyway, we decide what kind of education he will be in. It might be a question again later on if, for example, he went to a special needs unit and he was doing really well and we were wondering about him going back to mainstream or things like this. It's a question that will come back up every year, but this year really we need to fight for this, when the other years it might just be more of an easy, it's always easier to go from special education to mainstream in terms of places than going from mainstream to special education. So yeah, fingers crossed it all goes well. But yeah, we want to make sure we don't forget anything. Like at the moment there's no mentioning on his statement because of the class he is in that he's in nappies. Now I would love to think that by September next year he wouldn't be anymore, but right now at the moment every time we try he just does not understand the concept at all, and sitting without any clothes on anything is impossible for him. He cannot do it. Even on something like the couch and everything, when we change the nappy, you can see he's like lifting his bum so he doesn't touch the bed or the couch or anything like that. So there's a lot of sensory issues that come into play. There's also some comprehension issues about what happens that come into play as well. So they are fighting over who brushes their teeth first right now. Yeah, you can come and brush your teeth, yes. So yeah, so I would like something put in to say that he needs help with toileting, which is at the moment it's worded this way very vaguely because of the age he is, but from next year it's really expected of children to be out of nappies, and it's not his case. So I just want something in there in case he wasn't by then. So there's a lot of little things like this basically we just want to make sure are included, or to make sure that she does not remove things that are currently in that we want to keep there. So we're going to go through every point in the statement, see what we think needs changed slightly, or needs added, or needs taken out. I don't think there's anything that needs taken out really, but yeah, and then decide, like make a list of our reasons why we do want a type of education over another one. What is going on? They are brushing their teeth, and this is the, I don't know if you can hear them. They are fighting over toothpaste, or what's the problem?
Alfie wants to use toothpaste that the dentist says he doesn't use anymore.
Well, just for today, just do that. Alfie is using, they used to have different toothpaste because we were going by the age it says on the toothpaste, that Alfie was using the one for under 6, like 3 to 6 or something like this, and one was using the 6+. But the dentist has recommended, since Alfie drinks, oh God, I'm being attacked by echo now, since Alfie drinks a lot of milk still, to have a higher fluoride content, so to go for the same as Owen's, but because the tube is still sitting there, he still wants his. So I'm probably going to get a new tube that's for everybody, that doesn't look the same, just to break that habit at some point. Anyway, this is the summary of the whole thing. So yeah, we're going to go there prepared. I'm going to do my nails at some point just to look put together. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see how speech therapy goes today. It's the first day of a 6-week session of more intensive speech therapy. Based on what it's saying on the letter, it's a different person than the one we've had for 2 years, so I'm not too happy about this, but I'm wondering, is it because the person we usually see doesn't do the blocks like this? Because it was the case for Owen, where the person who follows him for all the reviews, but then when you had to do the block, it was somebody else. So I'm wondering if it's just the way it works, but I'll ask today. But if they work in, Alfie's going to a pediatric center for it, and usually they are more highly trained staff. Like Owen, for example, has not needed the level of speech therapy that they provide in there. Is needed the just regular ones. So I'm hoping that whoever we get is as highly trained and as good. The other one is just amazing with him, and because he knows her, that's what I'm worried about. Will he cooperate with somebody he doesn't know? So we shall see. I'll let you know how it went when I'm coming back. So I'm back home. I've been to speech therapy, brought Alfie back to school and back home. I need to go back out to get him in an hour, but I'm glad that he's able to still do the rest of the day for now. Speech therapy was amazing. Something amazing happened when we were there. So last week we went to visit some schools, potential school for Alfie next year, including one which is our top one. I am in love with that school. I just want him in that school so bad. And when we were there the last time, the teacher asked us, could you give me the name of Alfie's speech therapist, and I'll get our speech therapist who comes weekly to have a look at his file and see where he's at. So then if he comes to our school, she'll already know everything about him and all that. And I thought, this is great. And it turns out that the speech therapist from that school is the one Alfie is getting from now on to do that. And it was a complete coincidence. It was not planned like that. It's just like they had given me the appointment on that day. I literally phoned the place an hour before going to that school, and they just put him with that therapist. And whenever the teacher asked her, she realized, oh, actually I start with him next week. So this is working out great, because it means that if he does get a place in this school, he will follow on his work with the same speech therapist who will be following him for the rest of this school year. So that's great. She also advised for Alfie to go in this school after seeing him there and looking at his files and all that. She said definitely better to intervene very early on, because it gives him a better chance to be able to go on and follow a normal curriculum after in a mainstream school, because she can see, she works with those kids every day, and she said Alfie definitely has some delays and he would really struggle in a mainstream class and class up. So starting him with the learning of writing and reading and all that in a class more suited for him is a good thing, because it might be very hard if he accumulates delays afterwards to get that back. So this comforts me in what we are fighting for tomorrow. Feeling very positive right now. So I'm going to take a little break, watch one episode of Terrace House, have a banana or something, because I haven't had breakfast, but it's very close to lunch. It's 11 now, so. And at 12 I'm going to get Alfie, and I'll have my lunch after that. It is actually the next morning, and I just want to stop the vlog here because I know that today is going to be a busy day. But before I do, I wanted to show you a little update of something we got for the bathroom downstairs. So we have the bathroom there, and now we have a unit. So I'm not too happy as how much is showing from the top there, so I might find something to do something about that. But it means that now, so I'm getting space down there, put another thing. I might actually put the bin and the toilet brush there, so there's nothing on the floor, and just have the toilet roll holder on the other side, just to keep everything tidy. And in here I have a basket with like toilet cleaning products and some spare toilet rolls, but at least it's hiding, like they've left all the pipes and all there. It's not nice. Eventually I do want to get a bigger sink than this that will then cover and hide that. So I want some, don't know, maybe some like film or something that covers the top. Just, I don't know what I will do, but I will think about that when I have other things to think about. Just a little summary of what happened the rest of the day yesterday. The teacher has decided that she would take Alfie for the entire day today, because she wants us to be able to fight our case properly without Alfie distracting us. and she feels like we'll be able to do it better if he's not here. And I didn't think about it that way, and I actually agree with her. So yeah, and last night we have come up with, I'm just going to show you a whole list of bullet points of what we want to get across. I'm now going to type up things in a neat way. I'm actually going to do something we decided to do. We had been given for his statement for this school year a parental questionnaire with different areas we thought he needed help with. We haven't been asked for this again. It is meant to be discussed during the day, and the report that's being sent is a it's like after our conversations, like mix between what we want and what the educational psychologist wants. Just in case, I am going to type up an updated questionnaire like this, because if she's willing to include it as we've typed it, our words will not be twisted into what she wants to say. And this way I have that there ready. I'm also going to phone Education Authority asking, can I also submit this to them directly, just in case. And if not, I might need it later on, so I'm going to do that now. It's 9:20. Both boys are in school. They will be there until 2. James is at a physio appointment that he had anyway. And then we're going to get on with this. So I'm going to start a new vlog. You will have to wait a few days to find out what happened. Cross your fingers, everyone. I know by the time you're watching this it's already done, but this is by far one of the most stressful meetings I've had to go to in my entire life. It's really on the same lines as PIP, appeal, tribunal stuff for me right now, because I'm fighting for a little child who doesn't have a voice to speak up, and I'm fighting something with what I believe is good for somebody else. Whenever we had to do PIP, it was James fighting for what he thought was right for him, and I was supporting him. There I have to fight for a decision who ultimately I will not know until later on if it was the right one. I have to go with my gut instinct and what I believe is right for my child. And that's all what parenting is about, but this is, in terms of stress level, it's on another level. So thank you for watching. See you soon. I will make sure I upload the next vlog as soon as I have it, so I don't make you wait too long. But if you watch this, and you feel free to contact me on Instagram if you want to know before that. I'm not doing this to create some kind of suspense or anything like this. It's just because I know today's vlog is going to be a long one.